This is a special presentation from UFC Fight Pass. Step into our world at ufcfightpass.com.
Oh, yeah, you should really step into our world over at ufcfightpass.com because it's time for Extra Rounds. That's this show that you're watching right now. It is brought to you by our friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. New customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Use the promo code FIGHTPASS. That's us, Fight Pass. And me, I'm TJ DeSantis. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us here as we are about to embark on a marathon together. Getting ready for the UFC in New Orleans. The Octagon hits a big easy for the swan song of one Dustin Poirier. The Diamond hopes to shine for one final time. That's a lot of rhyming. I didn't mean to do any of that at all. But, Dustin Poirier in his farewell fight, he takes on the BMF champ and Max Holloway. And it's the third time that they're running it back. It's crazy. I think of rivals for Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. He's just so likable. And Dustin is incredibly likable as well. This is going to be tough for me to watch. Tough for me to watch tomorrow. And I got to do it on the watch-along with Adrian Yanez and Jens Pulver, which is not going to be hard to do, but it's going to be hard to hold in my emotions, I think, to be honest with you. But we'll get through. We're also going to get through this marathon as well. We'll do it together. Teamwork makes the dream work. We're going to go all over the eras of UFC history to march our way towards New Orleans tomorrow for 318. So let's jump into it. Ryan Spann, he's on the card. He's been in the UFC for a very, very long time. We're going to jump in the time machine and go back to his pre-UFC run. He was an LFA champion, and we're going to talk about how he captured an LFA title. Let's take a look at it now. You're watching the marathon from UFC Fight Pass. It's Extra Round.
Spann is 26. Nicholson, 1 year older. Both fighters tipped the scales under the 205-pound mark. Spann will enjoy a 1-inch reach advantage in the arms and 5 inches in the legs.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This striker stands 6'4", weighed in 204 pounds. He holds a professional record, 10 wins, 4 defeats, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout, 1 via submission. Training out of Fusion Excel, an American top team, Orlando. Fighting out of Orlando, California, Alex the Spartan Nicholson. His opponent fighting out of the red corner is a Bang Muay Thai specialist, standing 6'5", weighed in 203.4 pounds. He holds a professional record, 12 wins, 5 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout, 9 via submission. Training out of Fortis MMA and PE Training Center, fighting out of Beaumont, Texas, Ryan Superman Spann. Your referee for the LFA Light Heavyweight World Championship is Gabe Barahona.
All right, gentlemen, this is the LFA Light Heavyweight title. You've already been given your instructions in the locker room. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my instructions at all times. Touch gloves and come out fighting.
The inaugural LFA Light Heavyweight Championship fight. Closing odds according to MMAOddsBreaker.com. Alex Nicholson, the UFC vet, is the favorite at -180. Ryan Spann, the underdog, +140. These two have a combined 19 first-round finishes. Not the time to leave the TV set, Pat.
Nope. Leave the beer in the fridge at the moment.
And we are set to go. We've got Nicholson in the red and black trunks, Spann in the white and purple.
Spann changed level there. Ooh, did he get stuck?
Yes, he did, and he shoots in quick.
There's the wrestling. Ryan Spann mixing it up. Nicholson coming back up here, trying to break that grip.
Nicholson said he hasn't, when he was talking about Spann, competed against the type of talent I have.
Spann's fought some tough guys also, but just being on that stage in the UFC, added pressure, bigger crowds, you know, a lot more at stake technically. The fights are going to be more intense.
We asked Ryan Spann about his mental state going into his 3rd career title fight, and You know, he didn't talk much, but he did say, you know, talking doesn't win titles. I learned that. I'm working much harder than I ever did in my career.
Look at Spann taking him down over and over. Nicholson keeps getting up. Spann is bleeding, I think. We'll get a replay of that, I'm sure. Nicholson kicking out of that leg. Just got to control the wrists more. Nice job by Spann. He's staying persistent here. Turn this into a grappling match with Nicholson, the guy that loves to go bombs away on people. Tire out those punching muscles.
Ryan Spann all over Alex Nicholson to start this first round. Hammer fist to the side of the head of Spann.
He's hurt.
He's hurt. Nicholson going in for the kill.
Wow, this is crazy. Elbow, hacking elbows.
And you're right, Pat. Spann is
he hurt him again.
Nicholson all over Spann.
This man hits hard.
Wicked shots from the UFC veteran.
Spann got to do something.
Elbows now being dropped.
Brutal.
Ryan Spann in a lot of trouble.
He's still scrambling, trying to get the takedown. That leg sneaking away from him, that's not a good thing.
Vicious shots midway through the first round.
Heavy punches, man.
Spann rolls out.
Oh, nice roll out of there.
Great move.
Spann gonna go for a guillotine, I don't know. Does he have his wits right now?
Oh, and Nicholson just whiffed with that shot.
Loaded up.
This is where he has done major damage. Those big blows.
You know how much energy both these guys are using right now. I'm telling you. Spann, if he survives this. Oh, huge elbow to the temple.
Nasty elbow.
If Spann survives this, he may have Nicholson punched out. He's just got to survive this onslaught.
Strikes right on target from Alex Nicholson.
Man, oh man, oh man. Got to get the feet on the hips. Got to tie up those wrists. Nicholson is in kill mode, dude.
Yes, he is. A relentless attack from Nicholson. Rocking Ryan Spann with nasty shots.
I love Spann's persistence, though, man. He's
Without
not giving up. Oh, those elbows are brutal.
1 minute to go in this opening frame.
Spann got to cut that arm out of there.
Spann gets back up and delivers a shot. You called it, Pat. Could Nicholson be punched out?
I'm telling you. Spann come back. Here he comes. Oh, dude.
That is... Oh!
Wow.
What a comeback from Ryan Spann.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? The man of steel.
4 words, that was kick-ass.
What a comeback from Ryan Spann.
You could see it happening. He still had the endurance. His wind was there. He was surviving. And slowly but surely, he started coming back. That's heart. That's heart. Never giving up.
Never gave up.
3rd time is the charm. Finally gets the belt. Good for him.
This place is going crazy.
Holy cow.
Ryan Spann somehow survives and comes back in spectacular fashion to win the light heavyweight title.
Amazing. Hats off to Ryan Spann. Talk about deserving a title. 3rd time going for it. Staying persistent, never giving up on his career.
Went through some tough times.
Sick comeback. Comeback of the year.
Without a doubt. Let's check out the action, Pat.
Here it is. Gets clipped on the temple. You can see his equilibrium go out right away. Nicholson staying on him. Heavy-handed man. And Ryan losing his balance. Got clipped again. And there's Nicholson. Remember, look at Ryan Spann not giving up, going for those takedowns, trying to sit out there, back in on a single leg, hacking elbows. He never quit trying. Look at him roll here. Beautiful job to get himself out of jeopardy, comes back up. And this is where the tide started to turn. Ryan Spann had gathered his thoughts, and he could feel it, he could sense it. And that right hand landing and coming again. He notices Nicholson is tired and blisters him with the last one and puts him down. Nicholson turned and gave him the angle on the jaw. Watch how he turns here off this jab. See how he turns his head, can't do that. Give him an angle to hurt you. That's like somebody walking up on the side of you and punching you in the side of the head, and you let him do it. Fatigue set in, and Ryan Spann is your champion.
Here's a look at the tail of the tape. Young guy, just 22 years old. Birchler taller by an inch and has a 6-inch reach advantage.
Yeah, that's a big reach advantage for a guy even Birchler's height. That's going to be good for takedowns if he wants to utilize it.
Going to see how that works out. Mark Smith, our referee, for our fourth fight of the evening. Couple of light heavyweights. Jimmy Crute, the Aussie, and Chris Birchler, the New Jersey native, now underway.
Already see a big speed advantage here for Jim Crute, and some nice leg kicks. Woo! Birchler landed a short little right hand there. That almost landed to the lower region there. Wow, he's coming out aggressive.
Yeah, Crute's moving forward. He lands some heavy kicks, and you can see that he's landed some pretty heavy punches as well.
Might be a little over anxious though. He's coming out with a little bit of nervous energy the way he's throwing some of these strikes. Winding up a little bit. Birchler has got to try to just stay calm and get through this storm. He's a tough guy. I've seen him fight before. He's just going to slowly try to stalk you down. Big right hand there from Birchler.
Yeah, Jimmy says, what do you have?
Yeah, but hey, we talked about it. Usually that means, damn, I just got tagged.
Felt it. Yep. Absolutely.
Wow, Birchler with some nice 1-2 there. Crute already looking a little, I think he's a little nervous, man.
He's bouncing around. You can see that energy.
He's a young kid. He's 22. Yeah, Crute is trying a little too hard. You can see that he's got good stand-up skills. He needs to relax, get comfortable, and not try to throw heat on every one of these shots. Good body kick. But look at the calmness of Birchler. He's eating some shots, but he's just walking forward, staying relaxed.
You can see the experience there. He said it wouldn't be pretty, but he's not leaning on those wrestling skills. He's perfectly content to stand up here and exchange punches with Jimmy Crute.
Yeah, and he's taking the shot so far from Crute, which seems to be frustrating Jim Crute right now. He's making gestures, and Birchler, meanwhile, is landing shots.
Lost your groin.
Yeah, that was definitely the cup. Birchler just eats that too.
Yeah. No problem.
He's got to watch. Birchler tends to keep his chin a little high, though. And that could, nice body shot there from Crute.
Are you surprised that Birchler hasn't gone for a takedown yet?
He said he wanted to, test him out on the feet first. Maybe he wants to wear him down a little bit, soften him up. He knows that Crute's got really strong jiu-jitsu. It's hard to submit people when you're tired.
We've seen that.
Now, I'm worried for Crute right now. He looks like he's a little frustrated that he hasn't been able to really sting or hurt Birchler yet with these shots. Birchler's just walking forward through these big shots and countering pretty well.
Yeah, counters the body shot with that big overhand right.
They're not as wound up, they're not as big, but they're landing. And you see the face of Jim Crute already is wearing some shots. He's wearing some redness. Look at that. Oh, that was a nice counter there, though, from Crute. Oh, and that left staggered him. But it's almost like Birchler's just still waking up, And that's how he fights. He just doesn't get overwhelmed. He's tough, durable, and he's used to fighting bigger guys than Crute.
That's true. That's true. And you can hear in his interview, a very spiritual guy is Jimmy Crute. Kind of grazes him with that left. And he lands a shot, and then it's almost like he's like, all right, come on, bring it. What are you doing?
Keep those up. Man, he's got to. Jim, keep those up. He does have to bring those kicks up. He's almost hit Birchler with a spinning back kick to the cup twice.
1-2 step back my head. 1-2 step back. Let's go, Chris.
I do think Birchler does need to move his head a little bit, keep his chin down, and I would like to see him, now that the fight is nearing the end, the round is nearing the end, he's landed some good shots, he could secure a win for this round with one takedown here at the end.
Birchler you're talking about.
Yeah, because they both landed, and Crute's definitely been the busier guy, landing bigger shots, but now it would be a little tough because Crute's starting to land bigger shots. Yeah.
Oh, stunned him.
Oh, boy.
That's it. One shot, and it is over.
Wow, the ref's in there, man.
He was in there quickly.
Stay here. Stay here.
Man, I don't know.
You're questioning the call there. Thought it was a little quick.
Yeah, he was definitely on his way. So you gotta wonder, would he have been able to deal with one more shot from Crute the way he was landing there?
Let's take a look at the finish.
He crushes him here with a left hook right over the top. I mean, he is on. Yeah, I think Crute would have just jumped in there and taken him out. I think that's a smart call from the ref. I'm going to take a step back, and I think that.
Similar to Shogun and Anthony Smith over the weekend?
Yeah, where it's just, okay, just because he's standing up doesn't mean that the lights are on.
Well, and you can see Crute just missed that kick, and that would have put him out.
Yeah, and Dana even says he's done. Yeah. He's done. He's done.
Took Jimmy a minute. You know, he had a long flight over here from Australia.
And I worry about that, though, because he did seem to be getting frustrated really early. It's just the first round.
Well, he's a young fighter, just 22 years old. Dorosenko going to make it official in the octagon.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Smith has called a stop to this bout at 4 minutes and 23 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner by TKO, Jim Crute.
You know, it's interesting. Jimmy said he was well aware of the premium that was placed on spectacular finishes in the Contender Series, but he wasn't going to rush and risk losing. He wanted to fight smart. Yet after saying all that, he gets the spectacular finish.
Yeah. It is incredibly hard for me to believe that Dana White's Contender Series has already been around for 8 years. They say time flies when you're having fun. I think time flies when you're getting old, unfortunately, because the older I get, the faster time keeps going. And I keep slowing down, but I digress. Hey, everybody. TJ DeSantis here on this marathon of UFC 318. You just saw Jim Crute shine on Dana White's Contender Series. You might know him as Jimmy Crute. Now he's back in action tomorrow in New Orleans, Louisiana, part of UFC 318. We've seen a lot of stars really make their way through avenues like we saw LFA earlier with Ryan Spann, Dana White Contender Series with the Jimmy Crute. And now we're going to go back to the LFA to check out Adam Fugitt. He actually won an award from UFC Fight Pass for this fight. It was Upset of the Year. He takes on Solomon Renfro. And if you haven't seen this one, you're going to want to see it. It's pretty damn good. And, of course, Adam Fugitt in action tomorrow in New Orleans, part of UFC 318. So let's take a look at it. It's Adam Fugitt, Solomon Renfro, LFA, right now. It's Extra Rounds on UFC Fight Pass.
Tale of the tape, Renfro is 25 years old and Fugitt 8 years older, 2 inches taller and is 2.5 inches longer in the arms. Let's once again return to the LFA Octagon and Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the LFA 125 co-main event tonight on UFC Fight Pass. It is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA welterweight division, brought to you tonight by NeuroTracker. Better performance starts with the brain. Visit NeuroTrackerX.com today. It now introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6'1", weight in 170.6 pounds. He holds a professional record 7 wins, 2 defeats, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout and 3 by way of submission. Representing Art of War MMA and fighting out of Eugene, Oregon, Adam Fugitt. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker standing 5'9", weighing in 171 pounds. The ultimate professional record, 8 wins, 2 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout, 1 by way of submission. Representing Tiger Showman's Martial Arts and WNY MMA and Fitness, fighting out of Buffalo, New York, King Solomon the Black Dragon Renfro. You better be in charge of this co-main event, Matt Rocca.
All right, we went over the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do so now. Make your way back to your corners.
Huge favorite, Solomon Renfro, coming in at minus 500 according to Superbook.com. The comeback on Adam Fugitt is plus 400. You heard the boos and you saw Fugitt saying, yeah, bring it on. He said he loves this. He's always the underdog, and he comes out with a couple of high kicks.
Fugitt with those left head kicks. He better get 2 hands on those blocks.
No.
Relentless with the head kicks.
No feeling out process here.
Using that southpaw reach advantage pretty wisely right now against the powerful Solomon Renfro.
Yep. Renfro keeping that guard up.
I don't like the one-handed block only, though. Sometimes the power passes through your guard right there and still can knock you unconscious.
Renfro caught the kick from Fugitt. Oh, he's down!
Oh, my God!
Over and out! What an upset here in Buffalo tonight!
Huge upset right here for Adam Fugitt. He just shocked the crowd, Ron.
Unbelievable. You can hear a pin drop in here. Adam Fugitt takes out Solomon Renfro as a 4-1 underdog.
I mean, I said it when he walked in that I thought, look at him, he's talking about that kick. He's telling us he came up to the cage and he was saying, what about that left kick? He told us in there, I've been working my left kick, I'm gonna use my range. I told you when he walked out, I thought we were kind of sleeping on this guy.
You did,
it's a very tough competition at 185 pounds. Is going to be a big reach advantage. And he talked about his striking. He's got a tremendous amount of striking experience, but we haven't seen this type of knockout power early on by Adam Fugitt.
Representing Art of War MMA, was so hungry to get a fight after so many cancellations. Been since November of 2019, and let's check out this action. He came out firing with those head kicks.
Right away, you see him going left head kick, trying to go kick punch as well. Renfro was blocking him early, but it was that check hook right there just caught him. Caught him with that check hook, jumped on him, swarmed him. Let's see it again right here.
Oh,
check hook right on the chin. Put him out. If you had some money on this man, you did good tonight, folks.
I am giving Joe Ban all the credit in the world, folks. Didn't say it on the air, but he said do not sleep on this very active underdog, Adam Fugitt. A 4-1 underdog, and Solomon Renfro very upset. He felt that maybe that fight was stopped early, but I think it was a good stoppage. A huge shot delivered from Adam Fugitt to get the win and ruin the homecoming of Solomon Renfro. Let's now get the official time from Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Matt Rocca, calls a stop to the fight. 43 seconds into the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Adam Fugitt.
We're back here on Extra Rounds from UFC Fight Pass. I'm TJ DeSantis, and we are in the midst of a marathon as we get closer and closer to tomorrow night's UFC 318 card. It goes down in the Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana. It's going to be a fun one, to say the least. The final fight of one Dustin Poirier. He takes on Max Holloway for the BMF title in our main event. All right, let's take a look at a first-timer in the UFC. Marvin Vettori has been a standout in this middleweight division, and now we're going to look really kind of where it all began inside the UFC. I sounded Canadian there, by the way. Began? I am from Minnesota. It does happen. I'm also Italian, but I can't speak any Italian. If I could, I'd just interview Marvin Vettori right now. But instead, you're going to have to settle for us reliving his UFC debut together. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's a tongue-tied day. This is Extra Rounds. I'm TJ DeSantis. You're watching UFC Fight Pass.
Years after Alessio Sakara's last appearance in the octagon, Italy is showing an MMA resurgence. And tonight, Marvin Vettori makes his UFC debut. One of Italy's top MMA prospects, Mezza Corona's Marvin Vettori comes to the octagon tonight with a stellar 10-2 record that includes 5 consecutive victories. It's been an impressive run for the 22-year-old, but it was in his most recent bout that he punched his ticket to the UFC as he submitted octagon veteran Igor Araujo in just 73 seconds. Tonight, he takes on Alberto Uda. Brazil's Uda is an all-action battler who has ended 8 of his 9 wins by knockout or submission. And after another thrilling match with Jake Collier, he will look to secure his first UFC victory. Coming up next, Marvin Vettori takes on Alberto Uda. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight matchup. I mentioned that Uda is 10 years older than the newcomer, Marvin Vettori Uda. 3 inches taller, and Joe talked about the reach advantage. To get it going, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist, fully professional record, 10 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Mezzo Corona, Italy, Marvin Vettori. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a professional record, 9 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 185 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Blumenau, Santa Catalina, Brazil, Alberto Uda. When the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Dan Mergliata, our referee, for the first fight of the night, as we officially get UFC 202 underway. Chrissy and Vanessa, Ariane and Brittany also in the building. First fight, here we go. Green trunks for Marvin Vettori, and the black trunks for Alberto Uda. Vettori is a southpaw. Goes with the kick early. UFC debut for Vettori, 10-2 as a professional. 3.5-inch reach advantage for the Brazilian, and they clinch.
Vettori with the clinch here, and let's see if he chooses to go to the ground with Uda. As we know, Uda has a very, very skillful submission game.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Alberto Uda. Trying to slip that elbow in.
Uda's got him turned around now. He's got Vettori clinched up against the cage, and he's lacing up one of his legs, tying up that right leg and looking to make the takedown here, and he gets it. This is not good for Vettori. Uda on top of him early. Much more experience on the ground is Uda. But Vettori, strong kid. Look at that, back up, and then Vettori switches it around. Vettori on top now, but he's in Uda's guard, full guard. Uda chooses to go with the body triangle, which limits his offensive ability, but it really constricts the breathing of Vettori and severely limits Vettori's offense.
And Joe Uda, as he was trying to put Vettori on the mat, didn't throw any strikes. He wanted to get to the grappling game. Not on his back, but he wanted to get to the grappling.
Well, he doesn't mind being on his back, Mike. His guard is excellent. But what he's doing here, he's just kind of sapping some of the strength of Vettori. Yeah. He knows this is Vettori's debut. He knows he's a young kid. He's probably real hyped up right now. And so he's squeezing down on his body with his body triangle.
Still guys, keep busy working.
But if I was Vettori, I would know this guy really can't do anything from here. See, like Vettori is throwing all these punches from the top. Uda's doing a real good job of tying him up, but that body triangle severely limits the ability that Vettori has to throw power into his punches because it's kind of constricting the movement of his waist. And on top of that, it definitely severely restricts his ability to breathe.
Getting a couple, though.
He's getting a few, but they're like sort of armish. Yeah. He's not able to turn his body into them the way he would if it was like an open full guard. See, he's tightening it down again.
Midway point of round number 1. The Italian Marvin Vettori on top. That's a good hammer
Yeah,
fist.
that one got through. Well, if I was in Uda's corner, I'd be asking him to do something here offensively. Vettori is on top of him here. Uda's got full guard. We know he's got a very good guard. Control that posture and start attacking.
Elbow from the bottom by Uda.
He cut him. Like, he cut him with that elbow. Vettori's cut.
And slicing elbows.
But still, Uda just continuing to keep that body triangle locked in place. It's almost a stalling tactic, Mike, and you never see anybody use that and then go from that to a submission. The only submission that's available there is a guillotine. Maybe Kimura, but you would usually let go of that body triangle to complete that. See, now it's starting to slip.
Yeah.
Because he's squeezing. While he's squeezing here, he's using his legs and his strength. So now he let it go to give his legs a break.
And Vettori was going body head, Joe, even when he was locked down by that triangle.
Well, the triangle started getting loose, and the looser it got, the more it got towards the foot and not over the ankle, the more it gives Vettori access to his hips. Now Vettori on top, Uda's tired, and Vettori's got some space to work here.
Trying to pour it on late. UFC fans, choose your side with hashtag MeetBS or hashtag Conor McGregor in your tweets tonight and unlock special Twitter emoji to show your support to Nate or Conor in tonight's UFC 202.
Vettori, the triangle attempt, look at this. Oh, that looks good, Mike.
Can he get it?
It's all over.
Marvin Vettori wins his UFC
Very
debut.
nice. Very nice. That's a huge feather in that young man's cap. Submitting a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in his UFC debut. Very, very nice. And did so off his back, Mike. Let's check it out here. He gets that arm in guillotine, really has that arm trapped against the side, drops down into his guard and puts the squeeze down on it, and Uda forced to tap. Big, big, huge UFC victory for Marvin Vettori. Let's take one more look at it here. He's on his back. Look how he does this. He tightens down and locks that arm in place and traps it in between his thigh and his forearm. Really squeezed it nicely. Just great, great technique there for Marvin Vettori.
So now 8 of his 11 career wins have come by submission, 3 by guillotine. Marvin Vettori turning in his 10th first-round finish to make it official. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Bergliot has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 30 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by submission due to a head and arm guillotine, Marvin Vettori.
Allen is 7 years younger than the 29-year-old Hiley. Both fighters weighed in at 184 pounds. Their heights and reaches are almost identical. For the main event, fighter introductions one last time. Here's Mike Kendall.
Fighting out of the blue corner, he holds a professional record, 7 wins, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout, 3 by way of submission. Representing Pura Vida, BJJ, and MMA. Fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the amazing Team Hiley. His his opponent across the octagon. Fighting out of the red corner is a jiu-jitsu Muay Thai specialist, standing 6'2", weighed in 184.4 pounds. He holds a professional record 9 wins, 3 defeats, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout, 5 by way of submission. Representing Rufus Sport and fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Brendan All-In Allen. Your referee for the LFA Middleweight World Championship, Vance Swerden.
Okay, guys, this fight's scheduled for 5 rounds in the welterweight divisions for the LFA Championship. Okay. We've been over the rules. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Back to your corners, come out fighting.
Well, at least our fighters know what strap they are fighting for.
The referee's laughing. Hiley's awesome. Leans over middleweight.
It's so great. That's so great.
Yeah.
We are underway. The LFA middleweight strap up for grabs. Tim Hiley in the black, Brendan Allen in the gray shorts. Low kick from Hiley. Hiley's plan was to stand and pick Allen apart.
Allen, wow, in quick on that single, runs the pipe, dumps Allen, or dumps Hiley. Oh, he landed wrong on his arm, I swear he did. That was, I don't know if he injured it or not, but.
We'll keep it on as Brendan Allen on the back, came in focused. Allen was the favorite according to Nick Kalikas and MMAOddsBreaker.com. Look at Allen. 9 finishes and 9 victories, looking for another.
How much muscle is he putting into this? This is early in the fight. Remember, this is 5 rounds.
Great point.
Only 1 minute in to a 25-minute tussle. Don't burn those arms out just yet.
May have listened to you, Pat. We'll keep an eye on the arm of Tim Hiley, as Pat called it. He did land awkwardly.
Working for the choke again.
He's going to keep grabbing that hand. You have to give him.
Turning, grabbing the hands.
There you go.
Grabbing his leg unhooked there. He's got a trap in the arm. Hold onto that arm so that Allen can't rotate with him and slowly turn his hips. Several ways of doing it, but grabbing that arm and stretching it out to the side, keeping a hold of it, just rotating your hips and eventually turning so that you end up on top of their guard is a nice way of getting out of this figure 4.
Hiley trying to escape, Allen holding him in place. Second fight in only 91 days for Brendan Allen. Saw him take out Larry Crow at LFA 43 in June. That was by first round TKO.
And a beautiful counterpunch, by the way.
Indeed it was. As we approach the midway point of the opening round, scheduled for 5. LFA middleweight title fight. Allen and Hiley, Ron Kruk, Pat Miletich, and Phoenix Carnevale with you cage side for LFA 50.
Extend that left leg, Brendan. There you go. Now drop him to your hip.
Let's go. Now trying to turn.
Shoulders on the ground. Get ready to make a turn. Just keep hitting them. Get ready.
Hiley's corner yelling for him, get ready to make that turn. Easier said than done, though, Pat.
It really is. And he's trying to get his back to the mat. You can see him climbing off to the side here. There he is. There he is. So he threw the arm over when he went.
And Tim Hiley on his feet and starts a tee off on the legs of Allen.
Oof. Ooh. Barely missed.
Yes, he did, but now some big shots from Hiley.
Attempt here.
Allen might have baited him in.
Got to get the feet on the hips and shove Hiley down. There, he's got the foot on the hip. Both of them should be there. I don't know why his corner's telling him to get the foot off of the hip. You want to put it on it and drop him.
And Allen will not let that leg of Hiley go.
The legs are hanging off to the side of Allen. If Hiley's smart, he's attacking Allen's legs right now. untwine him, untangle him, and hunt that reverse heel hook. I'm gladly changing those leg locks, exchanging leg locks with somebody that's doing that.
Instead, Hiley decides to work the ribs. Now he grabs the arm of Allen. Under a minute to go.
He had no feet on his hips. He couldn't control it because of it.
And now Hiley from Mount dropping bombs, raining down on Allen.
Fundamentals got him in trouble.
Defend yourself. Come on, referee taking a close look. Defend yourself. Hiley continuing to tee off on Allen. Can Allen survive?
Flattening him out again. Allen's got to get one leg out of there and tie him up.
Elbows from Hiley. 15 seconds to go.
It's a title fight, so the referee is trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. How hurt is he going to be after coming out of this?
Hiley continues to drop bombs. Can Allen be saved by the bell? And he is. Whoa, that was close. What a way to finish that opening round from Tim Hiley. Brendan Allen barely survives the opening round as we check out the action.
Watch Allen drop to the single, run the pipe, get the easy takedown on Hiley there. And then picks him up, dumps him. There's where he lands wrong on that arm, man. Lucky he didn't dislocate something.
Oh, yeah, Pat,
There's
good
the
call.
single. Well, that was the single earlier. Here's the big dump. Watch his arm come out to post up. This is how you dislocate your elbow or your shoulder.
Oh,
it almost
man.
went. It almost destroyed his arm there. And watch Hiley throw the arm over, rotate. Now he's on top, back in charge. Hiley fought his way out of some tough situations. And here's where Allen going for the leg lock. Missing, didn't have his feet on the hips. That stops your opponent from getting up on you.
Over here.
Hiley stealing the round at the end.
Without a doubt. That was close to ending, and we're going to check in with Phoenix, who is in Brendan Allen's corner.
Jared Flash Gordon from the UFC is doing a great job cornering him. He says, look, I know you're looking for signal submissions and things like that, but I need you to be on top. I need you to be dominating on top. Try to stay on top.
All right, round number 2 scheduled for 5 in this LFA middleweight title fight.
Allen got the body lock here. Forehead in the jaw. Left knee to the body would be good.
And it does not look at this point, Pat, like Tim Hiley has experienced any issues with the arm.
Nope, not yet. Being young and pliable helps with that.
Yeah.
Had that been you or I, we'd be off to the hospital.
Yes, I'd be crying in the fetal position. It's true. Brendan Allen with a wealth of title fight experience, but it's Tim Hiley.
Looking for that plum in there. Big punch coming over the top by Allen.
And another big shot from Allen, teeing off on Hiley.
That's that fundamental fighting that Allen uses. Just good technique there. Nice heavy hands.
4 knockout victories for Brendan Allen out of his 9. Allen came into this fight a man on a mission.
Nice shot getting out.
Watch your fingers in the face.
Under 3 minutes to go, second round.
A lot of pressure there by Allen. Look at him smashing his head into Hiley's. Nothing there.
No. Hiley felt that he would dominate in the stand-up game so far.
Not the case.
No, Allen hanging in.
Certainly Allen seems to be physically the stronger athlete.
His corner telling Tim to get it off the cage, make a turn. There we go. He does and takes a knee from Allen. High kick from Hiley, blocked though by Allen. Now Allen working the lead leg of Hiley.
Right over the top of that jab by Hiley.
And a big knee from Allen! Hiley in trouble!
Is he locking up a choke here?
Brendan Allen drops Tim Hiley.
Should be, yeah, his corner's yelling for elbows, and I agree. Should have been unloading right there.
Hiley, though, holding Allen close.
Ducked right into that knee.
And where Allen was in trouble in the first round, it's now Hiley that needs to survive the second round. 1 minute to go.
Hiley has the wit to try and hit the lockdown on that leg there of Allen. He's thinking in there still.
Pat, that first round was back and forth. We didn't see it. Who'd you give that first round to?
The first round was to Hiley. Hiley really landed a lot of punishing stuff there toward the end of the round. Hiley under a lot of pressure here. Allen putting a crunch down on him. A lot of pressure with that right shoulder on the jaw. Very, very uncomfortable. Trying to get to the mount here.
There's the elbow, yeah. And now Allen on the back of Hiley.
So drive the hips down. Don't kick the legs back. Drive the hips down.
10 seconds to go. Can Tim Hiley hang on? Roles reversed here in the second round. Stop. Horn sounds, and Tim Hiley will survive the second round.
Great fight.
Back and forth.
Allen there, throwing that right hand land and then throwing the uppercut. Just like I said, good fundamentals coming forward, throwing the boxing skills in there. Yeah, watch. Nice left hook to follow up there. Keeping good distance, not overrunning his punches until the very end there. And there's the knee.
Floors him.
Tall fighters, dangerous inside with those knees.
Nice shot there from our Access TV crew.
Hiley did not even see that coming.
But Pat, that's where you would have liked to have seen Brendan Allen dropping those elbows.
Right away, yeah.
Well, according to the Hall of Famer, Brendan Allen ties it up 1 round apiece. I agree. Big round for Allen, who was in a lot of trouble in that first round. Now we'll check in with Phoenix, who was in Hiley's corner.
Hiley's corner wants no backward steps. Control the center of that cage. If he comes in, you throw an elbow or you throw a cross. No backward steps.
Thank you, Phoenix. Round 3 underway.
Hiley poked in the eye.
Oh, and Allen got poked in the eye, yep.
Hiley apologized right away.
Oh, yeah, you saw right away. The jab comes in and Hiley pops Allen in the eye.
Good. Ready?
Good news is Brendan Allen shakes it off. Now comes in.
Going for the liver there with that left.
Close your hands.
Oh, Hiley just misses with a big shot. Now both fighters
Hiley's
exchanging.
Hiley is hurt bad.
And Brendan Allen takes him to the ground.
Brutal landing on that takedown, also very punishing there the past few seconds. That combination and then the slam.
Solid strikes from Brendan Allen.
Needs to continue with that onslaught here. Yeah, there it is.
And those elbows. It's what his corner was calling for in the second round.
Hiley arm out of position, left it open for the key lock here. Should have had that underhook already locked up, and that he's going to locking out the elbow. He needs to slide his right hand up towards his own elbow to lock the elbow out correctly.
Warning from referee Brendan Allen to watch the back of the head.
Oh, brutal elbow. Bone on bone, heard that already.
Yes, we did.
Needs to get the underhook with that left arm. Or Hiley does, I'm sorry.
Pat, what would you like to see Allen doing from this spot?
I mean, really just, he's got the arm trapped with his head. Now just trap the other arm between his legs and just go to town with elbows. Referee will step in and stop it.
Seems Brendan Allen is in no rush, taking his time.
Well, he's been here before, right? Trying to fight smart.
On the back of Tim Hiley. Under 3 minutes to go in the third round. And now Allen pulls him down, being very patient.
Hiley's corner telling him to get his shoulders to the mat, his back to the mat, and then turn into him.
Shoulders to the mat, get ready to make your turn.
We saw this in the first round. That's why I don't necessarily like it when fighters pull a fighter backwards on top of them when they've got their back. Just stay on top, flatten them out, and beat the hell out of them until they give you a choke, whatever.
Interesting point.
You just don't lose position that way.
Yeah.
If they get out of your back mount, at least you're in half guard or mount or whatever, frying pan into the fire, you're still on top, you're still able to do a lot of damage.
Allen been tweaking the neck of Tim Hiley.
He's trying to get it sunk in there.
It's tight. Brendan Allen can sense LFA gold. There's the tap out. Brendan All In Allen is your new LFA middleweight champion.
Finally got it.
Third time's a charm. The 22-year-old from Louisiana and now Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Brendan Allen hung in there with a very game Tim Hiley.
Back and forth fight. That was a great fight. Hiley's going to learn a lot from this. His first loss. So it's kind of when you really become a fighter after your first loss.
And Brendan Allen finally gets the LFA strap. Another finish for the 22-year-olds. He said coming into this fight, I'm not even going to think about that belt. I just got to take care of business. And things will fall into place. And tonight they did. Rufus Sports, Brendan Allen. You think back to, Pat, when he lost that tough fight to Anthony Hernandez back at LFA 32 when he came over.
Eric Anders also, right?
Sure.
But yeah, I think, go ahead.
But when he retired, you know, he was just frustrated, came back, and here's some of his handiwork here in the third and final round.
Boxing, that uppercut found its home, and then the left hook, another uppercut. Brutal elbow inside, nice work by him. Another takedown. Keeping the pressure on. And then finally locking up that choke. Hiley really fighting for that hand, trying to get it out of there. Look at him just fighting for everything he had, but to no avail.
And the celebration in Milwaukee, Wisconsin tonight. Let's make it official and go back to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Vance Swerting, calls a stop to the fight in 3 minutes, 16 seconds into the third round, declaring your winner by tap out in a rear naked choke and new LFA middleweight world champion, Brendan All In Allen.
You are locked into Extra Rounds here on UFC Fight Pass. TJ DeSantis, that is me. We are doing a marathon. Getting ready for UFC 318 tomorrow night in New Orleans, Louisiana. The Big Easy plays home to the swan song of its native son in one Dustin Poirier. The Diamond hopes to shine once again when he takes on a very familiar foe in Max Holloway. BMF title on the line. It's going to be a good one. All right, let's talk about another fight other than Max Holloway that Dustin Poirier had. And I feel bad for putting it on this marathon, but it's just fitting. Michael Johnson, he's back in action tomorrow night in New Orleans. And, he's tangled with the Diamond on one particular occasion. And it was a gem of a performance, but not for the Diamond, for Michael Johnson. So we'll get into it. And then on the backside of that, we might as well finish where it all began. Looking at Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier won. Pretty crazy. All right, that does it for me. You watch these last two fights, and then I want to see you for the watch-along tomorrow night right here on UFC Fight Pass on the YouTube, Facebook, and all that good business. I'll be hanging out with Adrian Yanez and Jens Pulver, getting ready to watch the pay-per-view together and sort of watch history. It's going to be an emotional night. I love Dustin Poirier. I love Max Holloway. You know what? I love you for hanging out and doing extra rounds with me. I appreciate it. 2 more fights to go, and then we'll see you tomorrow for UFC 318 and the watch-along. I'm TJ DeSantis. Thanks for tuning in to Extra Rounds here on UFC Fight Pass.
Dustin Poirier, number 7 in the world, 27 years old. Michael Johnson, 10th rank, is 30. Johnson, 1 inch taller, 156 pounds for Dustin Poirier, 154.5 for Michael Johnson, who will have a reach advantage of 1.5 inches. All right, now for the official introductions for the main event, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Executive Director Brian Francis. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Kerry Hatley, Marcos Rosales, and Guadalupe Chapa. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Mergliata. And now, this is the moment UFC fans watching around the world have been waiting for. Live from Hidalgo, Texas, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 17 wins, 10 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, presenting the number 10 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Michael the Menace Johnson! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a Jiu-Jitsu fighter, holding a professional record, 20 wins, 4 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Lafayette, Louisiana, he is the number 7 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Dustin the Diamond Poirier!
Center, please. All right, guys, been through the rules in the locker room. Want to obey my commands at all time. Want you to protect yourselves at all time. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. This is 5 rounds. Let's go, gentlemen.
If you had the no-touch gloves prop, go cash the ticket. Dustin Poirier, Michael Johnson, so beloved by their respective teams, the Black Zillions and American Top Team. That rivalry continues tonight. And if the weigh-in was any indication...
Okay, you ready, sir? You ready, sir? Let's go around one fight.
We might be in store for a fast start tonight. Dustin Poirier in the black trunks. Michael Johnson is in blue. It is Southpaw versus Southpaw in the main event.
Right away, the feet are moving for Michael Johnson. That's when he's at his best. When he gets stationary, he stops moving, he gets more predictable. His timing becomes very easy to adjust to. Right now, doing the right things, and really what he does when he's most successful against Edson Barbosa, Gleason Tebow. Oh, nice counter strike there from Michael Johnson.
Johnson would appear to be in the shape of his life in advance of this one. Both of these guys so long on confidence here during fight week and leading up to this fight.
Michael Johnson told me this Poirier's just not going to fight him. Too fast, too quick. Looking sharp here in round one. Now, the thing is, Poirier, you know, he feels I've got more weapons. I can strike, I can grapple, I can wrestle, all those things. We'll see if he looks for a takedown, but he knows Michael Johnson's got excellent takedown defense.
Cut opened up under the right eye of Dustin Poirier. Poirier closing as a -170 favorite. Michael Johnson, the +140 underdog.
Poirier's really gained so much experience in the last couple of years. So poised right now, sees things. Defense there again, blocking the punch.
Michael Johnson with a knockdown! Poirier's out! The menace is back! Michael Johnson! MJ backs up all the talk and then some tonight. And goes over and taunts Dustin Poirier.
There's no need for that. No need for that.
Michael Johnson has vaulted into lightweight title contention tonight. Poirier not at all happy. What a result in the main event tonight.
He was so sharp, quick on his feet. His hands, his combinations were fast. You saw in some of his previous fights, like the Nate Diaz fight, he'd overextend on his punches, kind of fall forward on his toes. We saw none of that tonight. His footwork was excellent. He focused on quickness and speed because he has such natural power.
The Move of the Fight is sponsored by Metro PCS, where you get nationwide coverage on the blazing fast 4G LTE T-Mobile network for $30 period.
Well, just as it looked like Poirier was getting his own rhythm, Johnson comes up big, right hook, straight left hand combination counter. And Michael Johnson shows off that very real power, 155 pounds, and a huge, huge win for Michael Johnson. Boom, bam. Very nicely done.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliano has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 35 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Michael the Menace Johnson.
Our tale of the tape for this featherweight fight is sponsored by Bud Light. Here we go. Dustin the Diamond Poirier just turned 23 years old. Max Holloway, 20 years old, the youngest active fighter in the UFC today. Poirier will have a 3-inch reach advantage with the introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist, holding professional record, 4 wins, no losses, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 144 pounds. Fighting out of Wainate, Hawaii, Max Blessed Holloway. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 11 wins and 1 loss, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of Lafayette, Louisiana, Dustin the Diamond Poirier. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Steve Mazzagatti.
Steve Mazzagatti, our referee, the beautiful Ariani. Shondella Brittany, great to be with you. UFC prelims on FX. Dustin the Diamond Poirier against 20-year-old Max Holloway. Holloway in the black trunks, blue trunks for Poirier, the southpaw. Poirier with a leg kick early. 4-0 as a professional is Max Holloway, a very scrappy Hawaiian who replaced Ricardo Lamas on 4 weeks' notice. Dustin Poirier was originally scheduled to fight Eric Koch, then Lamas, and now he gets Holloway, and he's off to a good start against the Hawaiian.
I'll tell you what, the first views that we're getting here of Max Holloway, I like his technique. I like the way he holds his hands. His movement is excellent. Looks like a very seasoned striker.
Well, some have said he resembles Anthony Pettis, who was a teammate of Eric Koch's. In fact, Jeremy Stevens brought Max Holloway to San Diego from Hawaii to help him prepare for his fight against Anthony Showtime Pettis. So if we've got a young Anthony Pettis, man, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, could be 3 rounds of this back and forth. Because Poirier has really shown to be one of the most rapidly rising stars at 145 in the UFC today.
Spinning back kick attempt by Max.
Holloway may be 4-0, Joe, and that means only 4 fights, but his 4 opponents have over 100 combined bouts. He's been in there with guys with a ton of experience, maybe not with a man as talented as Dustin Poirier, though. Flying knee.
Wild, though, man.
Yeah,
He's really taking it to Poirier. Look at this, Poirier looking for a takedown.
Well, and this is what happened when Jason Young started to have some success on the feet against Poirier. Poirier took him down, used his wrestling, and got the decision.
But great takedown defense here by Holloway. I really like how he stuffed that first attempt by Poirier. Using very good use of, oh, Poirier got him there. Nicely done by Poirier into half guard, into full mount here.
Wow, just like that. Advances right over into the full mount. He's got his opponent flattened out.
And as we said, Poirier very big for 145 pounds. Probably closer to 160 now after he's rehydrated.
Trains with UFC veteran Tim Crater, a longtime Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu a long time as Poirier, so he does have submissions.
The right arm of Max Holloway is in jeopardy. And Poirier is scooting his hips up towards it. Holloway's getting up against the cage though now. And I suspect he may try to hip escape, get a knee through. He's trying to do that, and that's why he's taking a pounding. And he's got to be careful in this transition he doesn't give up his back. And what Holloway wants to do is, when he can, while defending, he wants to get a hand on the hips. Now he's going to use the cage and push, try to scoot out the back door.
Almost did.
But he's going to give up that arm. That arm that I was talking about earlier. Yep, he's got it. That's it.
This is trouble. Trying to finish this fight right here is Poirier.
He needs to get that right leg across the face. Turns it into a triangle. He had the issue there, Mike, was his right leg was across the back of the head instead of the front. Now he's got it. Mounted, triangle, arm bar at the same time. He's going to break his arm.
It is all over.
That's brilliant.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Brilliant job by Poirier.
Goes to 4-0 inside the octagon.
Clear ground dominance by Dustin Poirier. And he hands the young Max Holloway his first loss, but I'll tell you what, Max looks very promising. He's only 20 years old. I'm sure he's going to be back, and I'm sure he's going to learn from this experience, tighten up that ground game, and come back. He's only a white belt in jiu-jitsu, really a beginner in the ground game, and you can see there that Dustin Poirier, when it came to the ground, he was superior. You see here, here's the issue. The right leg should have been across the face. If he had it across the face, then Max would have never gotten out of this position, but he turned it right into a triangle, and then eventually mounted him with this triangle, rolls him over here, and then as he gets the mount with the triangle, then he has an arm bar and a triangle at the same time, fully mounted on him, and Max Holloway forced to tap there. He's going to get his arm broken if he didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Mazzagatti has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 23 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out due to a submission from a triangle armbar, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
4-0 inside the octagon. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Dustin Diamond Poirier, with a nasty mounted triangle armbar combination. Very, very nice technique. How happy are you with this victory?
Man, I'm happy. You know, I came here to get a win, and I finished the fight. You know, I'm 4-0 in the UFC now. I mean, come on, guys. I'm here for real. I just showed it again. You know, I train hard. Like I said before, I don't cut corners. I'm here to be a champion, man. One punch at a time, I'm going to be a champion.
And 2 submission victories in a row. Let's take a look at it here. You got the triangle from the bottom. You rolled him over into the mount, and this is just a whole lot of death. You had everything here. Mounted, triangle, armbar. Had him forced to tap here. Really, an excellent display of dominance on the ground.
Thank you, man. You know, he's tough. He's a great kickboxer. He's been training since he was like 15 or 16. So he's been kickboxing for a while. You know, a lot of people didn't know about him, but I took him very serious. I trained for him as if I was training for Anderson Silva. You know, this is my life. I don't mess around in my training camps.
Congratulations on another impressive victory. Look forward to seeing you again. Dustin Poirier, ladies and gentlemen.